Today we have a handful of first-time buyer questions that we're going to be answering for you guys today. So if you have the goal of becoming a homeowner in 2024 or at any other point in the future, then you're going to want to stay tuned until the end. You're not going to want to miss anything today.
Well, fun fact, wasn't the statistic you just told me, I'd say probably a couple minutes ago, we were talking about this before the show. The first time average home buyer's age is what, 36?
Nationally, it's 36. And it was just, was it 2021, which was only a couple years ago, it was 30, was it 31?
Wow.
Yes,
if there was a big gap like that, that's pretty impressive.
That's a pretty big jump.
I mean, there's definitely changes going on, just like the home buying age, you know, like if you're 36 versus 31-year-old, I mean, we're still in our 20s. And, it's definitely doable and possible. So you don't have to be a statistic by any means. Yeah. But, I mean, that is kind of eye-opening, though, as a real estate professional and just understanding that age group and those type of people. I mean, there is a big, I would consider, age gap between home ownership. Imagine the people that are under their second or third property. You know, they could be in their 40s, 50s. And we have to be in some ways relatable but educated and provide value for you guys, our audience, looking to buy a house. So that's what today's show is all about. If you have questions in regards to, hey, what should I do to buy a house? Who should I get connected with? We have a beautiful team. We've been doing this for Mariah's going on, am I able to say year 9 now? Are you still in year 8?
2015, so however many years.
Well, it's 2024 now, so that's why I ask. Think about it.
I think it'll be year 9.
Okay, I'm going to go with the number 9. Mariah's been doing this for going on 9 years now. I'm in the biz for 5. And, you know, it's one of those things where we simply enjoy home ownership. I mean, as homeowners ourselves, but then putting people in place to make this goal happen for you is one of the most fun things that we get to do, whether it's the appraisal, whether it's the escrow agent, whether it's the lending office. I mean, there's simple things to do that you really wouldn't think of until it's time to go buy a home.
That's true. And don't also, if you're somebody who's listening to this and maybe you're younger than that national average age, by the way, like I said, that is
it's
national.
A statistic.
Yes. So a lot of different areas where, you know, obviously somewhere like New York and San Francisco, home prices are, I mean, they've gotten high everywhere, but they're insanely high in those areas where it would be extremely difficult, and their, you know, population's so high. So that definitely affects that statistic. Also where people are like waiting longer to start their families and all of that. So I think all of that comes into play. But if you are younger, don't be discouraged, because we have worked with so many home buyers over the years who are in their 20s, you know, early, mid, later. Don't get discouraged. There's definitely ways to get into homeownership. You can buy a house with $0 down in Oregon if you want to, if you qualify for that loan program.
I'm working with the family right now doing it. USDA, zero down. It's out of the city limits, and it's got farmland, and that's what he wants. And it's a possibility that a lot of people really just kind of never considered. And there's creative methods and ways. My lender's been doing this for over 26 years now. And there's been a lot of situations I can guarantee you in this year after year after year of being in the business where we got to get creative. Whether it's, hey, we talk to a family member, whether it's your tax adjuster, I don't know, whatever it is. But we become more creative if the odds are against us in home ownership. So that is the fun thing and that we get to relay to you guys is this is a real thing that you can do, whether you're 36 or 22 years old. It does not matter. What matters is how comfortable are you? And let's see what these questions are going to be about today.
Let's get into these questions. The first one is, I want to buy in the next 6 months. Is it too early to get pre-qualified with a lender?
No, it's never too early. Is it, Mariah?
No. I would say that's a really good time to start talking to a lender.
6 months is perfect.
Yes. When you talk to your lender, they're going to be able to give you an estimate of what to expect as far as what your down payment will be, need to be in certain price ranges, what the different loan programs are, what your monthly payment might be in different, you know, price ranges. It's definitely going to give you an idea of what to expect. And if you don't talk to that lender, you're not going to know what to prepare for, because it's just it's like a idea. It's like it doesn't mean anything. So until you actually talk to the lender, you really don't have any like actionable steps to take as far as your like savings and preparing goes. So I would say if you want to buy in the next 6 months, even talk to us right now. Like I have buyers who I'm having Zoom calls and buyer consultations with right now that are not going to be ready for another 6 months. So it's always a good idea to be prepared and get your ducks in a row.
Well said.
Next question is, am I going to get spammed with houses if I talk to a realtor or if I get pre-qualified?
Here's the deal. I mean, I don't know if a house is spam if you're getting it in your email because, you know, I do send a lot of houses to people.
Yeah.
Is every house that I send to these people the perfect dream house for them? Of course not. Yeah. And it's going off of a list of just random items that they said they're looking for into a house until they're ready. Now, if you're getting too many emails, what I would suggest is talk to the realtor that you called or signed up for these emails with and say, hey, you know, I just think I'm getting a little bit too many emails. And can you just adjust my search a little bit differently? And this is what I'm really looking for. If you're really unhappy with the spam houses being sent to you, because here's I can like adjust my search and send it to you once a week. It can be every day, 7 days a week. Yeah. It's really, however in how you are motivated, I would say, as the buyer. Because, I mean, there are get up and go buyers right now. I call them hot leads, you know, like if a house hits market, they want it sent to them instantly.
Yes.
And so I have those settings available through our system. So there's always an adjustment made. Now, I do get the spam listing stuff just like you do from other realtors. I mean, I'm on this massive list being an Oregon licensed realtor, and there's some brokers that, you know, they hold a broker open or this massive open house
and they pay
for one of their own listings. And you know,
but they're advertising their listing.
It's an advertisement.
Good for them. They're helping their client. Also,
so I'm never going to get upset at those.
No. Pro tip.
So I get it.
If you are somebody who is going to a lot of open houses, that's where I would be careful with getting the spam. Because
can we touch on this real quick?
When you go to an open house,
stay on this topic.
The realtor who's hosting the open house is going to say, you need to sign in. Here's our sign-in sheet, and you're going to give them your email, right? And this is the whole, honestly, I don't think a lot of buyers know this. We've actually done whole shows on this. This is the reason why realtors do open houses. Homes do not sell anymore through open houses. The percentage of them, it's literally like 2%. Like if we actually looked at the number of houses statistically, very few sell through open houses. It's possible, but the main reason that that realtors do open houses is to get your contact information. And they're going to try to spam you. So yes, that is where I would be careful. If you're going to a bunch of open houses and you're like signing into all of them, you're probably going to be getting a lot of emails from realtors.
You know, the same rule applies on these free website platforms. You know, there's always a cost to admission, whether you believe it or not. It could be advertised as free, just like Zillow does, Redfin, Realtor.com. All those free marketplaces showing you homes, they're not free. You're giving away a piece of yourself. And generally, that's going to be your name, your phone number, or your email address. And so that is your cost of admission, even though it wasn't physical money financially, but you gave away a part of something, and that is your contact information. So you talk about spam, that is where you will actually become spammed the most. And every realtor you see online, on these websites, they are paying to be there, not because they're any better than us or the agent across the street from you. They are paying specifically to be in the spot to be advertised there. So if you click on every realtor for every 5 houses that you're wanting to see that day, you will have 5 realtors coming after you and saying, hey, I want to show you this house. Let me show you this house. Do you want to be set on a property watch? What are you interested in? Now, remember, that's 5 different realtors doing this all at the same time. So it's very easy to become overwhelmed, but then again, get confused. I would say you're going to get more confused than anything because, I mean, if the phone rings, I can answer it. But then you lose track of what home you actually had interest in. Or what realtor you actually liked. It's happened to me. I mean, I was working with a client, and we've shown them like 10 plus homes. We've been talking for the last like month and a half, and then they just clicked on a site, and then that realtor somehow snuck their way in and showed them the home. Guess what? That home happened to be their perfect property. Realtor wrote up that offer, even though I'd been working with them
Yeah.
previously and shown them houses. I mean, this is how it happens.
Yeah. I think a lot of buyers don't, or maybe even sellers don't know how things work. When you fill out something on Zillow, like say you're filling out that form, Zillow, Trulia, Redfin, all of the homes.com, there's a million different websites. When you fill in the form and it says, like you put in your contact information to say like, I want to see this house. What's happening is they are sending that information to a realtor who is paying for your information, which I don't think it's necessarily a wrong thing.
It's not wrong.
I have bought those leads before when I was a brand new agent. Yes, that's what I used to do that when I was brand new. Isn't the business model that I want to follow for my business anymore, but I have done it before, and that's basically what's happening though. I think consumers like should know because I feel like on the other side you don't really understand. Yeah. No, you don't understand that. So that is huge. It is absolutely in your best interest as a buyer to pick a realtor and stick with that realtor. Yep. Be loyal to your agent and they will be loyal to you. You do not want to call the agent on the for sale sign. You don't want to call just a bunch of agents from Zillow. Have your realtor and then they will be the ones, your point of contact. Let's just keep things simple and clean. Yeah. That's the best way to go, for sure. And if you are somebody who is buying in the state of Oregon, we'd love to work with you. And if you're thinking about buying anywhere outside of the state of Oregon, we have contacts to great realtors all over the country and would love to set you up with a solid realtor where you're at.
That's when real estate gets fun.
Yes. Next question is, doesn't lower rates and higher prices still equal unaffordable?
Man.
Well,
I think we're all trying to figure this one out, guys.
Lower rates and higher prices does still equal unaffordable.
It does.
Yes, it
that's
does.
A perfect, simple math equation. High sales price plus low interest rate equal sign unaffordability.
Yep.
And the economists, we've been trying to figure this one out. It's not that the feds want to keep a low interest rate. That actually hurts them. They want these interest rates to be high. They're not doing you a favor by lowering these interest rates just because, hey, so-and-so, I want to give you a break so you can own a house. That's not how they're thinking. That's not in their interest, okay? This is a government entity. And there's a lot of factors at play. And when we talk about our food costs, our unemployment rate's still statistically at like 3.7. It's still a good unemployment rate. But when we talk about affordability, I would say housing is right there with everything else. It's not just housing. That is the weird thing about where we are at economically.
Yeah.
I could go down a lot of routes here.
Right, which is one reason why I feel so strongly that owning real estate, whether it's just your primary residence, owning your own home that you're living in, that you're paying to live somewhere anyway, like that is a really good idea right now in this economy with all the uncertainty and everything going on. As long as you can make that payment, you know you own it, you have a piece of real estate to hold on to. I think that is so valuable right now more than ever because with everything going up, the prices of everything rising and the predictions for home prices to just continue to rise and get more unaffordable. Yeah. I just think that real estate is so valuable to own.
Can I get you guys in on a little secret? Here, come here. Listen to this real quick, audience. You're better off. You think that was funny? I'm being real. I want this camera to just zoom in on my face. Okay.
Well, I'm listening.
You're better off. I'm gonna say this very, very softly. You're better off to buy at a lower price than when it gets higher. It's 16, 20%. You can never change your sales price. You can always change your interest rate. Okay, you can never change your sales price, but you can always change your interest rate. Your sales price is very important because when you do decide to resell, what is that sales price going to be? That is how you're going to pocket hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And how much equity do you have in your home? Yeah. Because of the price you got it for.
So keep that little secret between you and I. You can never change that sales price, but you can always change the interest rate. And I think that's why right now is a really valuable time. If you've been on the fence about jumping in today's real estate market as a buyer, jump on in. See what you can afford. See what's out there. If there's nothing out there you really simply want to buy, then don't buy. But if there's one property that you say, you know what, wife, son, daughter, grandma, grandpa, whoever it is that you're buying with, this one works for me. Go contact somebody. Go book a showing. Because guess what? That realtor is going to have a lender. They want to make a sale at the end of the day. You have the power to negotiate a sales price. You have the power to negotiate a closing cost. There's a lot of great plays in your hand if it's a game of poker. I would be riding the flow right now. because I know I'm going to win as a buyer right now.
Yes, depending on the price range, of course. Depending on the price range.
Yes. I'm going to do that. I can do that. It's okay. I'm here to win, okay? Let's go get you a home.
The last question is, off the top of our heads, what is the biggest piece of advice for first-time home buyers in 2024?
Didn't I just give you it?
Yeah, but
I think I just gave you some advice
here. One? First-time home buyers.
I'll let you go first.
Well, I was going to let you go first so I could think of something. But okay, first-time home buyer advice is don't make it more complicated than it is. Buying a house does not have to be super complicated. It doesn't have to be this big, scary, daunting thing. It doesn't have to be this decision that makes us paralyzed forever, or where we search forever. We look at 50 houses and we never find anything because our expectations are unrealistic. Like, just have a goal to become a homeowner, and then write down what you need to do. Talk to a lender, talk to us, talk to a realtor, so you can figure out what do I actually need to do to make this happen, and then go do it. Have realistic expectations. Like I said, be expecting to buy your dream home for your first home. Buy that first house. Make it more like the way that you want it over time. Know that the first house is what can definitely get you to your dream home, or to the next house, which can get you there, or whatever that looks like. But just know that owning real estate is so, so valuable, and you're going to pay to live somewhere anyway. So I would say just have that action plan, which starts with talking to the lender.
Yeah.
Talking to me.
I'm a dreamer. I'm always going to dream of something, whether I have my current goal and now I'm looking for the next. I've got to keep a dream. I got to keep a motivation. I got to find a why. In today's housing market, you need that why. Why are you wanting to purchase? Where are you wanting to be? What's important to you? Does this work for your lifestyle? Is it close to your workplace? There's 101 different variables that's going to be for you or against you in a home sale, okay? Find your why. Let's think of 5 things you need in a home, whether it's location, whether it's price, whether it's bedroom sizes, whether it's square footage, whether it's the land that you're looking to purchase, how much land do you need, what's important to you. For instance, my next property, I want to be walkable to town in distances to a beach. Maybe that's a vacation home. Maybe that's a rental investment. I don't know. But that is something that is one of my goals. So write it down on some paper. Then you're going to contact somebody in that location. If it's in Oregon, it's going to be us. You're going to contact Mariah or Spencer. You're going to go to our website, www.vettruscrawfordrealty.com. But you're going to have these 5 things of you need this. Put it on the realtor to make it happen. It's not your job to make it happen. It's our job as the real estate professional to send you these homes on this list and say, this is for you. We're going to go out and do video tours. Your realtor is going to do the same if it's elsewhere. Then we can put a deal together after you're financially pre-approved. You're only putting in a price on this piece of paper because you're already pre-approved, though. So that's your next step, like Mariah said. You've got to get pre-approved.
Yeah, that's huge. Okay, thank you guys for hanging out with us today. We come on here every single week and talk about real estate. So don't forget to come back next week, and we'll see you then.